Today we will learn about the various national symbols of Ukraine. The national symbols of Ukraine include a diversity of official and unofficial images and other symbols, used in Ukraine to represent what is unique about the nation, reflecting different aspects of its cultural life and history. Here is the Flag of Ukraine. The national flag of Ukraine has two equally sized horizontal bands of blue and yellow. The combination of blue and yellow as a symbol of Ukrainian lands comes from the flag of the Kingdom of Galicia Volhynia used in the 12th century. As a national flag, the blue and yellow bicolour has been officially used since the 1848. Ukraine has celebrated Flag Day each year on 23rd of August since 2004. The national greetings of Ukraine is Slava Ukrayini. Any guess on the national color of Ukraine is? Well, you got it, blue and yellow. Sviatoslav the Brave is the national founder and patron of Ukraine. Sviatoslav Ihorovich, also spelled Sviatoslav, was a Grand Prince of Kiev famous for his persistent campaigns in the east and south, which precipitated the collapse of two great powers of Eastern Europe, Khazaria and the First Bulgarian Empire. Taras Shevchenko is the national poet and artist of Ukraine. Taras Hrihorovich Shevchenko, also known as Kobzar Taras, or simply Kobzar, Kobzars are bards in Ukrainian culture, was a Ukrainian poet, writer, artist, public and political figure, as well as folklorist and ethnographer. His literary heritage is regarded to be the foundation of modern Ukrainian literature and, to a large extent, the modern Ukrainian language, though the language of his poems was different from the modern Ukrainian language. Shevchenko is also known for many masterpieces as a painter and an illustrator. Bandera is the national musical instrument of Ukraine. A bandera is a Ukrainian, plucked string, folk instrument. It combines elements of the zither and lute and, up until the 1940s, was also often referred to by the term kobza. Musicians who play the bandera are referred to as bandurists. In the 19th, early 20th century traditional bandera players, often blind, were referred to as kobzars. Sunflowers are the national flowers of Ukraine. Sunflowers, sunyashniki, are especially loved in Ukraine, where golden fields of them face the sunrise in the east. They are Ukraine's national flower, and in folk imagery represent the warmth and power of the sun, which was worshipped by pre-Christian Slavs. Sunflowers made their way to Ukraine through the efforts of the early explorers of North America, where it was one of only a few native food crops, along with squash, blueberries and pecans. Seeds were brought back to the Old World, and found to grow well in hot, dry places with rich soil, such as the Black Earth regions of Ukraine. Borscht is the national dish of Ukraine. Borscht is a sour soup common in Eastern Europe and Northern Asia. In English, the word borscht is most often associated with the soup's variant of Ukrainian origin, made with red beetroots as one of the main ingredients, which give the dish its distinctive red color. With time, it evolved into a diverse array of tart soups, among which the Ukrainian beet-based red borscht has become the most popular. It is typically made by combining meat or bone stock with sautéed vegetables, which, as well as beetroots, usually include cabbage, carrots, onions, potatoes, and tomatoes. Hupak is the national dance of Ukraine. The name Hupak is derived from the verb hopati, which means to hop, as well as the corresponding exclamation hop, which can be uttered during a jump as an expression of surprise or amazement. It is also referred to as gopak from the Russian form. Hupak is a Ukrainian folk dance originating as a male dance among the Zaporozhian Cossacks, but later danced by couples, male soloists, and mixed groups of dancers. It is performed most often as a solitary concert dance by amateur and professional Ukrainian dance ensembles, as well as other performers of folk dances. It has also been incorporated into larger artistic opuses such as operas, ballets and theater. Horilka is the national liquor of Ukraine. The word horilka may also be used in a generic sense in the Ukrainian language to mean vodka or other strong spirits, and etymologically is similar to the Ukrainian word for burning, hority. Ukrainian tradition has also produced various derivatives of horilka. Some of these are available as commercial products, but most are typically homemade. It is believed that horilka was not as strong as today, with about 20% alcohol by volume. However, today nearly all industrially produced horilka is 40%. Kalina is the national plant of Ukraine. Mentions of the viburnum can be found throughout Ukrainian folklore, such as songs, decorative art, Ukrainian embroidery, and poetry. The fruit is edible in small quantities, with a very acidic taste. It can be used to make jelly. It is however mildly toxic, and may cause vomiting or diarrhea if eaten in large amounts. The term cramp bark is related to the properties of the bark's ability to reduce smooth muscle tightness. It is called cramp bark as relieving this type of muscle tightness is most often associated with relieving women's menstrual period cramps. Nightingale is the national bird/animal of Ukraine. Nightingale is derived from night in the Old English galan, to sing. The nightingale is the national bird of Ukraine. One legend tells how nightingales once only lived in India. When one nightingale visited Ukraine, hearing sad songs from the people, the nightingale sang its song to cheer them up. The people responded with happy songs, and since then, nightingales have visited Ukraine every spring to hear Ukrainian songs. Coat of arms of Ukraine. The coat of arms of Ukraine is a blue shield with a gold trident. Officially referred to as the princely state symbol of Vladimir the Great, or, colloquially, the Trizub, the insignia derives from the seal trident of Volodymyr, the first Grand Prince of Kiev. The trident was not thought of as a national symbol until 1917. When one of the most prominent Ukrainian historians, Mihailo Reshevsky, proposed to adopt it as a national symbol.
If you like this video, please share with your friends, and don't forget to click the subscribe button.